Here we are for round 2. Let's give our opponent the hey and good luck and see how we do. Our opponent shows up. This hand looks pretty bad. We have one land and not a whole lot else to do, so sadly we're gonna have to mulligan. This looks quite a bit better. Isn't too great, but it's definitely a keep. Leads off with a Simic guild gate, probably the mirror match here, which is pretty fun. We draw a swamp, which isn't what we want to see, but let's go ahead and play out our island and pass the turn. Next turn we'll put our field Oculus down. And it looks like definitely the mirror match. We get another island. Let's go ahead and play the island so he thinks we don't have the green yet. For our Oculus, let's go ahead and pass the turn. Looks like he has a removal spell, which is unfortunate, but at least he wasted it on that. Krokanura, alright, that's great for him. Wish we would have gotten one of those, but we didn't. We get a Horror of the Den. Let's play out the forest. We don't have much else to do, so we'll pass the turn back, probably taking one, maybe two. It's likely he has another creature to evolve his guy. He does. So we'll probably take two here. And we draw another land, which is not great for us. Let's play the forest and pass the turn. Next turn we'll probably lead with the adaptive Snapjaw. Probably taking 4, maybe 5 here. Looks like, yep, 5. Great start from our opponent, but we'll probably stabilize this turn, so don't need the blacklet yet. Let's put the forest and put our Snapjaw out there. Doesn't block very well. Probably taking a whole lot of damage. But next turn we should be pretty stabilized. Doesn't get another creature, which is good. Decides to come all in. Don't like it, but we're going to go ahead and take 8 here. Hopefully we draw. Rapid hybridization is pretty sweet for us. Let's go ahead and play out the swamp. Let's go ahead and play out this guy. Yes, we would like to evolve our guy. So blocks are pretty bad for us, so let's go ahead and attack. We'll Pongify probably the Krokanura next turn, and then we can chump that and take 2. Isn't the greatest for us, but at least we're stabilizing here. Does decide to come all in. Maybe he has a trick. Let's go ahead and Pongify here. And we'll block this guy. Take 2. Death's Presence, alright. Takes out our guy, which is fine. And we get a Haven. Let's play the Guild Gate. I guess we go ahead and play this to gain 2 life, putting us back up to 5, and sadly we're gonna have to chump the lizard, but that's alright. Hopefully we draw something better next turn. Opponent comes in. Let's go ahead and block. Something big here. He got his yeah, so that's that'll definitely win him. We don't have much else to do. We can chomp, but let's go ahead and concede and go to sideboarding. Sucks that I forgot to add in the pit fight. We definitely want that over the agoraphobia. Yeah, the den blocks a whole lot better than the snapjaw, so I don't think we want another one of those. Ruination Worm might be reasonable. We could go to just splashing red for, let's see, the madcap skills in that. I think I'd rather have the removal that we have. Psychic Strike probably isn't necessary here. So yeah, let's put in the Disciple of the Old Ways, put in the Gruul Guildgate again for a swamp. So do we want to hedge our bets more towards the red is the question. These guys don't really trigger our early evolve guys. I think I might. No, I think this should be fine. Let's see how this goes. Yes, we would like to play first. This hand looks decent. We have a Guild Mage. We have a Raptor on turn 1. Let's go ahead and keep. We want to lead off with the Raptor, so let's play the island, pass the turn back. Maybe we'll draw a forest. That'd be great for us. If not, then we'll have to wait a turn. We did not, so let's play the Guild Gate and pass the turn back. No sense in fighting with our 0/1 flyer. We get another Dimir Guild Gate and we get the turn back. We get our pit fight, which will be pretty good for us. And let's play out the Watery Grave. No, let's not play the mana. Let's play out our Guild Mage. And we'll go ahead and attack for 1 in the air. And we'll pass the turn back. We get Krakenura, which is alright. It'll block our flyer fairly well. We get a forest, which is great for us. So let's play the forest. We can play this for 2, which will evolve our bird, but doesn't do much else. I think we'd rather wait. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack. If he decides to block, which I think he will, we'll go ahead and pit fight. So this guy and this guy fight. And we'll pass the turn back. Saints Row Denizen, alright. I think we want to draw a card here. Alright, yeah, definitely. Another land, which isn't too great. Let's go ahead and play this out for 3. And we'll attack for 1. Yeah. Pass the turn back. We get a Dimir Key Rune, which is alright for the opponent. And a greed side watcher, alright. And we get the turn back, excellent. We get our giant horror, which is pretty sweet for us. Let's go ahead and play out an island. Let's go ahead and attack first. So we don't have enough to activate the guild mage. If we wait, we do. Is there sense in waiting though? No, I'd like to have the hexproof available, and if we wait, then we won't be able to have the hexproof available. And we'll pass the turn back. We get a prophetic prism, which is alright for the opponent. Definitely needs his mana fixing. And we get a disciple of the old ways, which is decent for us. Let's go ahead and play out an island. Probably the last land we need to play. So I think if we activate Guild Mage here, and then play the Disciple, should trigger our Evolve. If I think this is right. If not, then he Psychic Strikes us. Alright. That's fine. Go ahead and attack in the air. And pass the turn back. Mind's Eye Drake, alright. Blocks our guys fairly well. We're gonna mill 2. Alright. Looks like he milled some of our good stuff earlier. And Death's Approach. Alright. It's unfortunate, but that's fine. And we get the turn back. Excellent. Killing Glare. Pretty good for us there. And let's go ahead and Killing Glare this for 2. He'll mill us, which is fine. Mill some of our good stuff, but we should be able to get in there. Decides to put both of those guys there, which is fine. And we'll pass the turn back. If he doesn't get a flyer, we should be going into sideboarding here, or a removal spell. And here we go to sideboarding. He has a lot of counter spells. I think maybe having this counter spell back will be decent for us instead of... I think we need the mana fixing. We have a couple of minor splashes which are pretty decent for us. I think instead of the key rune, I think the Haven serves the same thing, but it actually it's basically the same, but it gains us some life and fixes our other colors, so we'll go ahead and make that cut. Alright, the opponent chooses to play first. This hand looks pretty decent for us. We got a couple things to play, lots of colors, so let's go ahead and keep. Leads off with a Dimir Guildgate, alright. Get the turn back, we get a wall, which will be good for us. Let's go ahead and play out our Raptor. Pass the turn back to the opponent. No 2-drop from the opponent, which is suspect. Maybe he has Killing Glare, maybe he has something else. Let's go ahead and play this out. The Devour and Flesh, alright. That is fine. And we'll pass the turn back. We get a Rogue, which is unfortunate. We get the turn back. We get Psychic Strike, which we can't cast yet. Here I think we just play the Guild Gate. And let's go ahead and attack. If he wants to trade, I'll make that trade. He does want to make that trade, alright. Good for me. Pass the turn back. And we get the turn back. He looks like he has the counter spell. Which then, if that's what he has, let's go ahead and lead with this guy. I don't care if he counters that. He does not, so let's pass the turn back. Here's a big thing. He gets his, alright, that's unfortunate, but it happens. And we get Shambling Shark, alright. Let's play an island. So yeah, let's go ahead and cast our own guy. Auto yield to that. Get to draw a card. We get an island, which is great. We need black though. Let's go ahead and attack. And pass the turn back. Hopefully we can find our Pongify before he mills it. But I think his promo will be pretty scary for us. Decides not to attack and hold up. I'm guessing counter magic, which is not the greatest. Want to keep a Pongify. Let's go ahead and play out this guy. If he counters it, then we get the counter out, and that's fine for us. He does have the counter, which is fine. So let's go ahead and Pongify this now while we can. He'll mill some stuff, which is fine. Just got one land, which is great. And a couple of other things, which is good. Don't have a good attack now, so we'll go ahead and pass the turn back. And we'll go ahead and gladly take 3 here. We get a Syndicate, which is fine. And we get a Verdant Haven, which is great for us. Let's go ahead and put it there. And we don't have a great attack. We can flash in and evolve our guy. Yeah, so we'll pseudo evolve our guy. Let's go ahead and yield. Hold up Psychic Strike if we need to. If not, we'll throw out this Shambling Shark and probably trade it off for something. Decides to come in, which is good. Now let's go ahead and go with this. Draw a card, alright. Let's go ahead and chump there, and we'll take another 3. And we get the turn back, excellent. We draw a swamp, which is good for us. Let's go ahead and play this out. We'll put another counter on our Fathom Mage. Draw another card, we get Burst of Strength, which is really good for us. Let's go ahead and attack. We'll pass the turn back. Maybe we can trick him out with a Burst of Strength, which would be pretty funny. Nope, he decides to concede, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in round 3. This deck is really great. See you then.